McLaren is looking unbeatable even after new rules. Ferrari has huge car balance issues, and Yuki is struggling with the car. Let's get into the latest F1 news. In an unpredictable turn of events during the racing weekend, Lewis Hamilton found himself slipping from a strong position in first practice to finishing a disappointing 11th in the second practice session. His struggles were painfully clear, prompting former champion Nico Rosberg to label Ferrari as the worst car on the grid today. Rosberg's commentary came during a broadcast where he expressed genuine sympathy for Hamilton's current predicament, highlighting the stark difficulties Hamilton faced while driving the Ferrari. It was a dramatic scene, one that resonated with fans familiar with the challenges of Formula One racing. As Hamilton communicated with his team, he voiced his frustration, explaining that the car was not drivable. This statement was not just an expression of defeat, but a shared sentiment echoed by his former teammate Rosberg. The trackside perspective Rosberg offered revealed the glaring flaws in Ferrari's performance, especially their handling dynamics, which seemed to hinder Hamilton significantly. Reflecting on the very venue where he once famously collided with Hamilton 9 years ago, Rosberg took a different approach this time, extending understanding rather than rivalry. He noted that Hamilton was struggling with what he perceived to be one of the worst handling cars on the grid. The remarks were sobering as Rosberg painted a vivid picture of Hamilton's struggle against understeer and snap oversteer. Rosberg pointed out critical moments during the session, describing Hamilton's maneuvers through a challenging turn 5. "Oh my goodness, poor Lewis Hamilton. That car is a handful," he stated, emphasizing the level of difficulty Hamilton faced. Even during the initial entry into turn 7, Hamilton seemingly had to steer out sharply to avoid losing control, a distressing indicator of the Ferrari's unreliability. In this context, Rosberg's commentary shifted from competitive tension to genuine empathy, showing a side of racing that fans often overlook. The challenges drivers face not only through their skills, but also due to their vehicle's capabilities. "So, I really feel for him at the moment," Rosberg concluded, solidifying not just a sympathetic viewpoint, but also a reminder of the sometimes harsh realities of motorsport. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on how Hamilton and Ferrari adapt to these challenges and whether they can turn things around. In the fast-paced world of Formula One, the narrative is always evolving, but one thing remains constant: the sport's inherent blend of competition and camaraderie. Lewis Hamilton faced a tough day on the track at the Spanish Grand Prix, struggling with the Ferrari SF25's performance. During an untelevised radio message, he voiced his frustrations, describing the car as not drivable. Amidst the chaos, Fernando Alonso couldn't help but have a bit of fun. In FP2, he sarcastically dubbed Hamilton the hero of the day, highlighting the competitive spirit and lighthearted rivalry that exists among the drivers. Meanwhile, in the same session, Oscar Piastri took the lead, showcasing McLaren's adaptability to the new FIA technical directive. The team has been making strides, using telemetry data to refine their performance, proving that they are serious contenders this season. On the Ferrari front, team principal Fred Vasseur responded to Hamilton's comments by clarifying that the Ferrari wasn't as horrible as Hamilton suggested. It's a sentiment that reflects the challenges teams face in balancing driver expectations with vehicle performance. As we look ahead to the race schedule, fans eagerly await qualifying for the 2025 Spanish Grand Prix. With the season progressing, drivers and teams are focusing on making adjustments and strategizing for success. The excitement intensifies as we anticipate how Hamilton, Alonso, and their rivals will navigate the twists and turns of the championship. Stay tuned for more updates from the thrilling world of Formula One, where every race tells a story of perseverance, drama, and unforgettable moments. The mood was tense for Yuki Tsunoda as he reflected on a challenging start to his time in Barcelona. Stepping into the spotlight, the young driver admitted he had no clear answers to explain his struggles on the track. After the first day of practice, Tsunoda found himself languishing in P9 and P13, significantly behind his teammate Max Verstappen, who consistently landed in the top 3. The disappointment was palpable. Like many athletes, Tsunoda wished for a simple mistake to blame. Instead, he faced an enigmatic problem that left him puzzled. Describing his day as tricky, Tsunoda shared that, unlike other Grand Prix events, he felt relatively smooth on the track. Progress seemed evident as he transitioned from FP1 to FP2. Despite this, the gap in performance was unexpected, lowering his spirits further. "I just don't have any idea why I am slow," he confessed, reflecting the confusion many have felt in competitive environments. What added to his frustration was the lack of a clear source of the issue. Tsunoda did not attribute his performance to any glaring mistakes, making his reflections even more concerning. "It's hard to even tell what kind of exact limitation I have in terms of balance," he elaborated. This complexity is not lost on him. In fact, it amplified his determination to uncover the root cause before the critical days ahead. With a racing mind, Tsunoda acknowledged the long night that lay in front of him, hinting at a desire to solve the puzzle of his pace. "Hopefully, we can find something. Otherwise, it's very tough," he added, capturing the essence of the challenge he faces. The pressure is on not just to find a solution, but to perform at a level that would secure his place in the racing world. Rumors circulate about his standing in the Red Bull team, accentuating the urgency for improvement. He recognized that time is of the essence in this highly competitive field. As we look ahead, the community is left wondering, will Yuki Tsunoda overcome this hurdle? With his candid reflections and determination, many are hopeful for a positive turnaround in the days following this tumultuous start in Barcelona. As the sun sets on Barcelona, the focus shifts to the day's intriguing events. Yuki Tsunoda's struggles have sparked conversations, especially after team principal Christian Horner spoke about the importance of building confidence for the young driver. It's not an easy journey in Formula One, and Horner believes patience and support are key. Tsunoda has shown flashes of brilliance, and fans are eager to see him string those performances together. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen is set on extending his impressive Spanish Grand Prix winning streak this weekend. The pressure mounts as he navigates the circuit, adding another layer of excitement to the race. In contrasting news, Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda found themselves involved in a crash during the Monaco GP, with neither driver willing to accept blame. This tension only heightens the intrigue leading into the next race. On another note, the ongoing updates surrounding McLaren's telemetry data are turning heads. With the FIA's Flexi-Wing's technical directive in play, McLaren seems to have found an edge over their competitors, raising questions about how teams will adapt. And as teams prepare for qualifying, this weekend's schedule is crucial. The clock is ticking down to the action, which promises to be electric, with drivers like Hamilton, Verstappen, and Alonso battling it out for supremacy. As we gear up for another thrilling race in the season, the stakes are higher than ever. Will the dynamics shift as drivers and teams adapt? Only time will tell as we inch closer to race day. Stay tuned for all the latest updates and insights from the world of Formula One. As Formula One gears up for the new, more stringent front wing load and deflection tests set to debut at the Spanish Grand Prix, Ferrari has unveiled significant changes to their SF25 front wing. These modifications aim to adequately meet the challenges posed by the new regulations while enhancing performance on the track. While the overall design philosophy of the wing stays consistent with the initial configuration seen in the first 8 races of the season, Ferrari has made detailed adjustments, particularly in the outboard section. These tweaks are geared towards maximizing outwash performance, which is crucial for aerodynamics. Last year, during the United States Grand Prix, Ferrari first introduced a more flexible front wing arrangement. This move was part of an effort to capture some of the performance advantages observed in rival cars. However, it's important to note that the core architecture of the design didn't change much at that time, meaning it wasn't officially documented in the car's presentation. As we analyze the updates made for the Spanish Grand Prix, subtle geometrical tweaks can be observed in the main flap section. Focused primarily on the upper flaps, these changes indicate an ongoing evolution in design. Visual comparisons of the leading and trailing edge geometries between the old and new wing designs reveal noticeable differences. It's essential to consider that the images may not be under identical conditions, leading to discrepancies due to perspective. Nevertheless, the evidence points to distinct geometric alterations between the two wing iterations. These modifications align well with the revised point load tests, which now allow only a 3mm movement when a 60kg load is applied, compared to the 5mm limit from earlier races. This reduction in permissible travel emphasizes the importance of precision in Ferrari's engineering approach. Ferrari's commitment to adapting their design reflects a strategic response to the evolving competitive landscape in Formula One, fusing performance gains with regulatory compliance as they head into the crucial upcoming races. Stay tuned as Ferrari continues to refine their strategies and designs in pursuit of their ultimate goal, victory on the track. As Ferrari navigates the challenging dynamics of downforce, their approach to the front wing has become crucial. Recent modifications indicate a significant shift in their design philosophy. With a reduction in freedom of movement, designers are rethinking how the front wing elements are loaded. The adjustments are expected to enhance performance across various corner speeds. Notably, alterations to the outboard section of the wing aim to maintain effective outwash without negative impacts. The geometry of the flapped section at the end plate has been transformed to achieve an optimal aerodynamic response. Instead of the previously flat edge, a new curved trailing edge design has been introduced, enhancing airflow efficiency. To further the design's capabilities, Ferrari has increased the height of the lower rear corner cutout. This strategic change allows for the introduction of a new vane structure, drawing inspiration from designs used by rival teams, such as Mercedes. Overall, these enhancements signify Ferrari's commitment to leveraging proven elements while innovating within their own framework. As the team implements these changes, we can expect to see Ferrari's pursuit of excellence reflected in their performance on the track. They are not just adapting to regulatory challenges, they're setting the standard in aerodynamic design. Keep an eye on how these adjustments unfold in future races and what impact they may have on their competitive edge. This continuous evolution of Ferrari's front wing design exemplifies their relentless drive for success in Formula One. As they race towards improvement, fans and rivals alike will be watching closely to see if these changes lead to that sought-after victory. In the world of Formula One, communication is key, especially during tense moments like those seen at the Monaco Grand Prix. Recently, fans witnessed a heated exchange between two prominent figures, James Vowles, the team principal of Williams, and Toto Wolff, the head of Mercedes. But what were they really discussing? Despite their intense gestures, Vowles clarified that their frustrations were not aimed at each other, but rather directed at the regulations that govern the sport. He emphasized that during the race, both teams had to navigate a tricky set of rules, which Williams felt compelled to exploit in order to secure a valuable double points finish amid a challenging race environment. At Monaco, the race unfolded in a way that presented unique challenges. Alex Albon and his Williams teammate found themselves starting the race ahead of the Mercedes duo, thanks to a poor qualifying session marked by a power unit failure for George Russell and a crash involving Kimi Antonelli. This unfortunate turn of events put them in P14 and P15 as the race began. As the race progressed, both Russell and Antonelli attempted to catch up, taking advantage of the strategy employed by the Racing Bulls, who cleverly used Liam Lawson to slow the pack, allowing Isaac Hadjar to make quick pit stops. Williams was quick to adapt to this strategy. Albon and his team executed a similar defensive maneuver where Carlos Sainz held back the field to assist Albon, who returned the favor for his teammate. However, the strategic play didn't sit well with Russell, who found himself stuck behind Albon. Frustration boiled over, leading him to cut the Nouvelle chicane as he sought to pass, citing Albon's erratic driving as justification for his actions. This move ultimately backfired when the Mercedes team instructed him to relinquish the position. Russell, defiantly opting to take a penalty instead of complying, soon faced a drive-through penalty from the stewards. As the race came to a close, Albon and Sainz finished 9th and 10th, collectively netting 3 crucial points for Williams, while Russell ended in 11th. Amidst the drama, cameras captured Wolff and Vowles engaged in what appeared to be a heated debate, leading to speculation about their relationship and the state of the regulations. However, Vowles was quick to dismiss the notion that they were at odds. He pointed out that Wolff's animated gestures were merely a reflection of the loud environment in the pit lane. Vowles stated that the crux of their conversation revolved around improving the rules, underscoring their shared commitment to enhancing the sport. As we reflect on the events of Monaco, it's clear that this race sparked intense discussions about what needs to change in the sport. Vowles hinted at the potential for new regulations to prevent situations like this, suggesting the introduction of a maximum time limit for slower cars, a concept Wolff has also discussed publicly. The exchange at Monaco highlighted not only the competitive nature of Formula One, but also the ongoing dialogue among team principals regarding the future of the sport. As regulations evolve, the unity found in shared frustrations can potentially lead to meaningful change, bringing both excitement and fairness to the racing world. In the world of Formula One, the recent Monaco Grand Prix sparked a conversation that resonates beyond just the race itself. Toto Wolff and James Vowles briefly discussed the possibility of a joker lap, similar to what George Russell showcased when he made his move off track. The concept raises an intriguing question. Should drivers be allowed to utilize such strategies repeatedly to create more overtaking opportunities? With the current regulations limiting how cars can maneuver, drivers find themselves fighting through dense traffic, leading to moments of frustration. Wolff shared his conversation with Vowles, noting that it wasn't about personal disagreements, but rather shared frustrations regarding the rules imposed on teams. Vowles even texted Wolff mid-race, apologizing for Williams' tactics during the event, a gesture that highlights the camaraderie and pressures within the F1 community. The conversation extends to former driver Nick Heidfeld, who advocated for this joker lap idea during an interview. He suggested that instead of mandatory pit stops, why not incorporate a shortcut or alternative route, granting drivers a strategic choice in their racing. It's innovative suggestions like these that could potentially enhance the spectacle of races, especially in Monaco, which will host F1 until 2030. As teams begin to rethink their strategies and adapt to the evolving regulations, the questions remain. Will these changes lead to more exhilarating races, or will they simply complicate the already intricate world of Formula One? Stay tuned as we explore these developments in the coming seasons.